my name's John. This is going to be a very simple speech, by the way. And I'm from Divest London. And Divest London looks to divest...
John, you need to...
And Divest London looks to divest all institutional money from all financial institutions here in London. We're concentrating on the London Pension Fund Authority, which has got a board meeting coming up in June, where they're looking hopefully to divest. But also we support the London Borough campaigns. 2, Southbank and Waltham Forests already divested completely, taking £2 billion out of fossil fuels. Haringey have partially divested, and they have put £200 million into renewables. Hackney have divested about half a billion of their money invested in fossil fuels. We have 18 effective divestment campaigns in 32 of the London boroughs. So that just raises a simple question: what about the other 14? It's time for them to get on with it. But actions speak louder than words. Climate change will be solved as a problem by actions and not by speeches. I've got a glamorous assistant in the audience. He's called Richard. Give us a wave, Richard. I don't know where you are. There he is. Everyone look at Richard. He is signing people up to join the London divestment revolution. Get money out of fossil fuels and put it into renewables. That's what we want to see. We don't want speeches, we want actions. And we have another action on the 13th of May, which will end Global Divestment Week here in London. All the 16 to 18 campaigns that are active here in the London boroughs will have an event outside their town hall, so look it up on the internet, or even better, sign up with my glamorous assistant Richard, and he will send you an email with all the details of what's going to be happening on the 13th of May. So, that's the beginning of my speech. But why are we interested at all in divestment? Well, we need basically to win a race against time. And that race against time means that we must dismantle the fossil fuel industry and replace it with renewables, and we must do it incredibly quickly. In 2009, a report conservatively estimated that 300,000 people a year die from climate change, and those numbers continue to increase. The World Health Organization has told us that 7 million people a year die from air pollution. Both climate change and air pollution have fossil fuels as their main killers. So I can't really see how you could have a greater incentive for taking money out of fossil fuels, for getting involved in divestment, than those two facts. But let's try, okay? Because we're now so close to the 1.5 or 2 degrees C limit that things will get even worse than that if we don't act. And we've got to act very fast. So what are the facts? Well, there is some good news and there's some bad news. Renewables are getting bigger by the day. 5% of the world's electricity is now generated by renewables, but that still leaves 95%. We need to get close to 100%, and we need to do it in the next 10 to 15 years. Between 2011 and 2015, $1 trillion was put into renewables. In order to reach the Paris climate target, we need a further 13.5 trillion by the year 2030. To reach 2 degrees, which is more ambitious than the feeble Paris target, we need to invest 16.5 trillion. And to stay to 1.5 degrees, we need to invest up to 25 trillion. So we've invested 1 trillion so far. Congratulations on all of you who contributed to that. We just need another 25 trillion. So how can divestment help with this? Well, divestment has already taken $5 trillion out of fossil fuels. $5 trillion. That is a serious amount of money. Not only that, it's also doing the positive thing of putting money into renewables. I mentioned Haringey's £200 million fund. So the financial boycott, which is effectively what divestment is not purely negative, although to achieve an incredible positive thing, to try and stop runaway global warming and 7.5 million deaths a year. it's also a positive thing because it looks to actually build a solution. And the solution is very simple. The solution is renewables. It's a very, very simple subject. All of us here have to become highly active. It's no good saying, well, Donald Trump's a moron. Well, I've got a quotation actually from Donald Trump. And see what you think of this. Yep. Yes. On January the 24th, Donald Trump claimed that I am to a large extent an environmentalist. Donny, the champion of the world. And exactly the same day, Donny the environmentalist gave the go-ahead to both the Dakota Access Pipeline and Keystone XL. So nothing says environmentalist quite like a mentally deranged hypocrite. So what we have to do, basically here, is get involved in real campaigning, real action. It's no good just talking about the threat of climate change, which is vast. We actually have to emerge from the chrysalis of complacency into a bright future where our true colours of action are shown, and do something positive about climate change. I urge you to sign up to the divestment campaigning today. Thank you.